Hello, Michigan. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm thrilled to be standing here with Vice President Kamala Harris, someone who is breaking boundaries every single day, who has taken on the challenges of this country with resilience, with courage, and with an undying dedication to each one of you. We're here in this room tonight because we share a dream for this nation. We dream of a country where every child has the right to dream as big as they can, where families, no matter their background or income, can reach for opportunity and thrive, where justice and equality aren't just ideals we talk about, but values we live by every single day. When I think about this great country of ours, I am reminded that it's not simply lines on a map or words on a document, it's people. It's all of you who make up the fabric of America. Every family, every community, every unique voice weaves together into something more powerful than any one of us could ever be alone. And when we come together with a shared purpose, that is where true strength lies. It's in the way we rally for each other, the way we support one another, and the way we lift up those in need. That's the heart of community. And that's the vision we're here to build. We all have different backgrounds, different beliefs, different experiences, and yes, different struggles. And yet, within that diversity lies our strength. I believe that diversity is not a weakness, but a source of inspiration and innovation. America's richness, its culture, its creativity, its resilience, all of it springs from people bringing their unique selves to the table. It's about recognizing that every voice matters, every story counts, and every experience contributes to the larger picture of who we are. When we respect each other, when we listen to each other, we create a foundation so strong that no challenge can shake it. Now, coming together doesn't mean we always agree. It doesn't mean that differences magically disappear. In fact, it's because of those differences that we grow. We become stronger when we are willing to listen to perspectives that don't look like our own. It means understanding that what may be unfamiliar to us is someone else's truth, their life, their story. And when we take the time to understand each other, that's when real community happens. That's when trust builds, and with trust comes the courage to move forward together. In a world where it can feel like our divisions are greater than our connections, I am here to say that the power to overcome those divisions lies within each one of us. I have seen time and again how communities, even with their differences, can come together and make real, lasting change. And I believe that's possible for this whole country if we are willing to try. So I am asking all of us to hold on to a bigger vision, a vision that says we are stronger together, that we are better together. A vision that includes every person and makes room for every voice. We can build that kind of country. We can create a place where everyone feels like they belong, where everyone has a seat at the table, and where everyone's future is brighter because we decided to stand together. Imagine what we could do if we stopped seeing each other as them and started seeing each other as us. Imagine the progress, the justice, the hope we could create if we truly embrace that shared vision. I know in my heart that it's possible, and I know in my heart that together we can make it real. This is our moment to build a community and a vision that includes every one of us, a vision that will stand the test of time. In every corner of our country, we face challenges that feel almost impossible to bear. For so many families, it's the struggle to put food on the table, the challenge of paying for medical bills, the rising costs of housing and education. These hardships are real, and they're not just statistics or headlines, they're everyday battles for millions of people. When we talk about challenges in America, We're talking about people's lives, about the things that make getting up each day a struggle for too many. I've seen firsthand the weight these challenges place on communities. I've spoken to parents who work multiple jobs and still find it difficult to make ends meet, young people who carry the burden of student debt, and elders who worry about affording health care. These challenges are pressing, urgent, and often feel overwhelming. But acknowledging them is the first step toward addressing them. Because while we cannot ignore the weight of these issues, we also cannot lose sight of the fact that every challenge presents an opportunity to come together, to uplift each other, and to seek real change. Now, here's the beautiful part of all this. Even in the face of the toughest challenges, I see hope. Hope is what moves people forward. Hope is the voice that says, I may be struggling today, but tomorrow can be different. It's the spark that reminds us that things can improve, that people can come together to make a difference. And that hope is powerful. It's the force that drives communities to keep pushing, to keep believing, and to keep showing up for one another. But hope, as inspiring as it is, cannot stand alone. It needs action to bring it to life. We can't just wish for things to get better. We have to roll up our sleeves and make it happen. And that's what communities across America are doing every single day. From volunteers feeding the hungry to advocates fighting for fair wages and affordable health care, to teachers who give their all to ensure our children have a brighter future. These people are the embodiment of hope in action. They show us that even the smallest steps can lead to transformative change. Hope is contagious, and when one person stands up, others are inspired to follow. This is what makes hope more than just a feeling. It's a call to do something, to be part of the solution. Together, we can lift each other up, we can address these challenges, and we can remind ourselves that no matter how difficult things may seem, we are not in this alone. America has faced hardships before, and each time it has been our hope and our determination that have brought us through. So I ask each of you to carry hope with you, not as something passive, but as a driving force that pushes you to take action. When we turn hope into action, we show ourselves in the world that we are capable of overcoming any challenge. And together, with hope lighting our way, there is nothing we cannot achieve. You're here tonight because you care deeply about this country, its people, and its future. And I want to acknowledge just how powerful that is. Showing up, speaking up, and standing up, these aren't small actions, they're the very foundation of democracy. You have already taken a step simply by being here, a step toward creating the change that you want to see in the world. This is what democracy is all about, people coming together, believing that their voices can make a difference, and then acting on that belief. It's easy to think sometimes that our individual voices don't matter, that one vote, one opinion, or one person can't change things. But I want to remind you tonight that this simply isn't true. History has shown us time and again that it's the voices of individuals that drive change, that push society forward, and that hold leaders accountable. Every major step forward in this country's history, from civil rights to women's suffrage, from labor rights to environmental protections, began with people just like you deciding to make their voices heard. When we say that democracy is not a spectator sport, what we mean is that democracy doesn't work if we're all sitting on the sidelines waiting for someone else to make the change. Democracy requires us to be active participants. It means that every single day, each of us has a role to play in shaping our nation. Whether it's voting, volunteering, organizing, educating ourselves and others, or even just having conversations about the issues that matter to us, these actions create the heartbeat of democracy. It can be tempting to look at the challenges in front of us and think, What difference can I really make? But the answer is a tremendous difference. Each of you has a voice that matters. Each of you has the power to influence others and to inspire action. When you speak up, people listen. When you vote, it matters. When you talk to your neighbors, your family, and your friends about the issues that are important to you, you're doing the work of democracy. You're helping to shape the future of this country. Think about it, democracy only functions when people participate. It's not just about choosing leaders, it's about holding those leaders accountable. It's about building a society where everyone, regardless of background, has a voice and a chance to be heard. And that requires effort, dedication, and a willingness to keep going, even when things get tough. It means being engaged, being informed, and being committed to the principles we hold dear. It's about never forgetting that this country belongs to all of us and that we each have a role to play in its story. And let's be clear, the stakes are high. The issues we're facing today require each and every one of us to step up. Our democracy, our values, our freedoms, they need our voices, our votes, and our active engagement more than ever. We must show up at the polls, yes, but we must also show up for our communities, for our schools, for our local governments, for each other. Every single voice matters because every single person matters. You are here because you care about this country, and that caring, that passion, that commitment, it's powerful. Tonight, I ask you to hold on to that, to carry it with you, and to turn it into action. Make it a point to let your voice be heard. Make it a point to vote, to engage, to question, and to advocate for the future you believe in. Remind yourself that democracy isn't just something that happens on election day, it's something we build and protect every day. So when you go home tonight, ask yourself, what can I do to make my voice heard? How can I contribute to the kind of country I want to live in? And remember, every time you choose to participate, every time you speak up, every time you vote, you are strengthening our democracy. You are making this country better, and you are ensuring that America lives up to the promise of being a place where every voice matters. Let's take that responsibility to heart. Let's act on it, because together, when we empower every voice, we create the kind of nation we can all be proud of, a nation that stands for justice, for equality, and for the dignity of all people. Standing here together tonight, I see the potential we have to create meaningful change. The energy, the commitment, the passion in this room, it's palpable. And that feeling you have right now, that sense of purpose and resolve, I'm asking you to hold on to it. Don't let it fade as the days go by. Carry it with you, not just today, not just tomorrow, but every day until November and beyond. This moment is ours, and it's up to each of us to step up, to answer the call, and to bring that energy to life. We're not just called to feel hopeful, we're called to act on that hope. We're being asked to show up not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors, our communities, and for this country that we love. Each one of us has a responsibility here. This is the moment where we decide to become active participants in shaping our future. When I say, let's come together, Michigan, and let's come together, America, I'm not talking about something abstract. I'm talking about the tangible power. We all have to make a difference in this country through our actions. The path forward may not be easy. We have challenges ahead, no doubt. But when we stand united, when we decide to rise to the occasion and work toward our shared goals, we become unstoppable. Unity doesn't mean we have to agree on everything, but it does mean we come together around the values we hold dear, the desire for a just, equitable, and compassionate country where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Imagine if each of us took this commitment to heart and reached out to just one other person, encouraging them to be part of this journey with us. Imagine the impact we could have. Imagine how our communities, our cities, and our country would be transformed if we each made it our mission to bring one more person along with us. That's how we build momentum. That's how we create lasting change. Remember, action speaks louder than words. It's not enough to feel inspired or hopeful. We need to translate that feeling into action. That action may look different for each of us. For some, it may mean voting for the first time or helping others get to the polls. For others, it might mean volunteering, organizing, or having conversations with friends and family about what's at stake. Every action, big or small, matters. Each step we take together brings us closer to the vision we have for America. So tonight, I'm asking each of you to commit to yourself, to your community, and to your country. Hold on to this feeling. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you to take one step forward each day, to bring one more person into this movement, and to never underestimate the power you have to make a difference. Let's be the generation that looks back and says, we were there. We showed up. We answered the call, and we made our voices heard. When we unite, there is nothing we cannot achieve. This is our time to prove that together we are stronger, more resilient, and more capable of change than any challenge we face. So let's do it, Michigan. Let's do it, America. Let's make sure that when the history books are written, they tell the story of a country that came together in its time of need, a country that rose above division, that embraced unity, and that walked forward hand in hand toward a brighter, more inclusive future. This is our call to action. This is our moment.